All right, the SABC celebrating its 85th birthday. Let's take you live to those celebrations. The board chair is currently on the podium.
Metro FM, Radio 2000, we welcome and greet you all. Today, we mark the 85th birthday of an institution that stands tall as a pillar of our constitutional democracy, as a vital public media organization that weaves our nation together, reaching over 30 million people on radio and more than 20 million people on TV every week. Today, the SABC is not just an independent public broadcaster, but also fully fledged public media organization. We now reach audiences beyond the traditional technology limits of broadcasting via online streamlined platform on phones and other devices. 85 years ago, the SABC started as just 2 radio services in English and Afrikaans and aimed only at white population. This was 3 years before the Second World War, and it took another 24 years, deep into apartheid era, for the launch of stations that we today call Ukhozi FM, Umhlobo Wenene, Lesedi FM, and Thobela FM. Other radio stations followed, with TV launched in 1976. While SABC broadcast thousands of hours of memorable shows over its first 6 decades, the organization was controlled by a minority group which structured and designed the corporation to uphold colonial and then apartheid ideology. In those years, the resources of the SABC were not dedicated to unite and truly serve the whole nation, but instead were channeled to divide and perpetuate apartheid thinking on racial and ethnic lines. Even though these dark years of apartheid, during isolation and repression, there were some programs that excelled through, largely because of the dedication and the resilience of people working for what was then a state broadcaster. As we look back and acknowledge our history, we should also recognize the many talented people who worked at the SABC over the decade, who strive to bring us excellence despite the often oppressive political, employment, and media environment. Today, we celebrate the longevity of the SABC and its transformation into a national public institution as a national treasure to be protected and nurtured. But it is important to make clear that we do not celebrate how this institution was misused and abused under apartheid, and the role it played in society when there were no political freedom and freedom of expression. We cannot and should never forget that. If we are to be authentic about our history, we also cannot celebrate those times during our democracy when the SABC was misused and mismanaged, and how this ship went badly off course after well-published or publicized governance failures and interference in editorial decisions. This organization is too precious to allow that to ever happen again. The SABC has undergone significant transformation since those troubled times, with new and widely praised editorial policies published last year, driven by a revitalized news division under the independent and impartial ethos. You may have also noticed that the SABC has taken a strong public position on sports rights, on mass carry rules, and the need to change laws and regulations that inhibit the operations and the funding of the public broadcaster. This will continue until field is leveled. The SABC has taken a leading role in providing credible information about COVID-19 pandemic and ensuring that our vaccine rollout is communicated and explained to all citizens in all our languages. During a time when fake news and misinformation is rife and potentially life-threatening, it is important to South Africans that their public broadcaster continues to provide credible and trustworthy information. There are some who think the difference between state broadcaster and public broadcaster is just semantics, but the different terms could be more important to understand the role of the SABC. A state broadcaster does not enjoy editorial and operational independence, and it just serves the narrow interest of those in charge of the state. The public broadcaster, while also state-owned, has editorial and operational independence at its very core. The central reason for the public broadcaster's existence is to serve the public interest and the interests of the public. It is for that reason that the board and management have placed a big emphasis on the achieving the SABC's public mandate, ensuring that this mandate is properly funded in the future. The SABC has had to become agile to compete and operate in one of the most vibrant and competitive broadcasting and media industries on the African continent. Today, the SABC faces competition on all platforms from many players, global and local. Our task is to reinvent the SABC and reposition the organization to take advantage of multi-platform and multi-channel world. Not only have we recently launched a sport channel last month, but plan to advance to launch more channels and take SABC onto its own streaming platform before the end of this financial year. As the nation experienced terrible pain last month, our brave SABC journalists and crews were out in often dangerous situations, bringing the nation difficult images we will never forget. We thank them again for their dedication and commitment to the service media. The public broadcasting mandate of informing, educating, and entertaining is at the core of what SABC does on a daily basis. While dealing with these difficult times, the SABC also able to bring the leading dramas and special sporting moments, including the Olympics, that help bind who we are and aspire to be as a nation. Before I hand over to the Deputy Minister, I would like to once again thank our SABC stakeholders, our employees, our stakeholders, Minister and our shareholder Minister, and the South African public for supporting the public broadcaster during difficult times. We believe that great strides have been made and the SABC is on its way to a more sustainable and stable future for hopefully the next 85 years and beyond. I thank you.
Chairperson, thanks very, very much for that. And it's quite incredible to think about how, as an SABC, as an organization, we've managed to evolve and move with the times. You know, as our guests arrived, and believe me, it's just a handful of guests sticking to all of the COVID protocols that are in place, our guests walked down memory lane and they were just faced with all of the different kinds of technologies that the SABC had when it first went on to air, as you heard the chair saying, on the 1st of August 1936, and how far we have come as we sit here in the year 2021 on the 2nd of August. But it's been an incredible journey, and when you look at these old devices that we relied on, it's amazing how things have changed. And it's also amazing how many people have walked through these doors and how grateful so many people are that they have had the SABC in their lives to inform, to educate, and to give them immense opportunities. And they want to say thank you.
We are so proud of all the notable milestones you've achieved, including your move towards having an SABC bill,
which I hope fellow citizens will have valuable input so that we can all have a SABC that we are proud of.
I am proud that you've been a reliable platform to nurture talent.
As many renowned broadcasters of our beautiful country were established here.
We all have a story to tell about the SABC. Just remember,
oh, we are one, oh, Zanzi for sure.
And the Feel It, It Is Here 2010 campaign. Oh, SABC, you are great.
Thank you for being the voice for the nation. Thank you for great entertainment over the years.
We are looking forward to a more profitable and progressive public service broadcasting.
We wish you a long and sustainable future as you pave the way for the next generation of stars.
I wish the SABC more courage as it discharges its public mandate to the South African public.
And we look forward to yet another exciting 85 years of entertaining, informative and educative programming.
Happy birthday, SABC.
Happy birthday.
Happy 85th birthday, SABC.
Happy 85th birthday.
Happy birthday, SABC.
Happy birthday, SABC.
Happy birthday.
happy 85th birthday.
Happy birthday, SABC.
Oh, Robert, it's so good to see you.
Really? It's a wonderful thing.
What are your memories?
I don't remember anything really, but for the most part, quite good. Quite good, but I mean, I started here. My first job here was in 1976. I was in the first English drama.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And you were good, eh?
I think so.
And you still...
I looked a bit better than I do now, but it's been a very extraordinary connection, and also very interesting to watch everything change. Change has been a marvelous thing, you know, because one had to sort of try and find reasons for oneself apart from just purely financial, which was mostly what, for doing the stuff that one did. One wanted to and one thing, but it was not so good. You know what I mean?
I know. And
do you know what I mean?
Exactly what you mean. And I'm glad you don't remember anything.
Thank you. I would test you.